This is the second part of the first video of the new series about the opening of the book or books of heaven. First, a little about the components referred to in biblical writings, how I know what I am revealing is true and correct. As I mentioned in the first part of this introduction video, the biblical reference to the four beasts in chapter 5 of the Revelation is incorrect. The use of the word beast, translated by the scribes, I suspect may be deliberate, to deceive the readers. Here is more about the six-pointed star and its components. You have to realize what you are taught about the so-called physical nature of the earth and universe is completely false. You are experiencing a story being told, or more correctly being read, and not a physical world you are expected to believe. The book is a little like that of a child's picture book, in that the pictures are telling the story. The picture story book is in front of you, filling your field of vision, and appears as small part of the universe. So, what are these horns and eyes that are mentioned in the following? From chapter 5 verse 6, quote, "And I beheld, and, lo, in the midst of the throne, and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God, sent forth into all the earth." End quote. This drawing shows the horns of the six-pointed star. The 6 wings of the star are 6 of the horns seen inside view, and the hexagon is the 7th horn seen as a plan view. These 6-pointed stars are also called angels, having 6 wings. Last time I checked in 1999, there were 300 known different versions of the Revelation. From this version of the Revelation, titled A Revelation from Jesus Christ to the Apostle John, written in Patmos, or Ephesus, AD 96 in chapter 1 verse 17, quote, "As to the hidden meaning of the 7 stars, which you see in my right hand, and of the 7 lamps of gold. The 7 stars are messengers of the 7 congregations, and the 7 lamps, which you see, are 7 congregations." End quote. In another version of the Revelation, titled The Revelation of John of the Divine, in chapter 1, verse 20, quote, "The mystery of the 7 stars thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks." The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 assemblies. So as you can see, the angels are stars, not the stars of the universe, but instead geometric stars, in this case 6-pointed stars. In the King James Version, titled The Revelation of Jesus Christ, the scribes changed the word assemblies to churches, a further bastardization of the writings. Shown in this drawing, a ring of 24 octagonal registers, referred to biblically as the 24 elders. The reason I am so confident about these components of the processing system of life, is because at the turn of the century that is to say life, the real self, not the human body, went to the marriage supper of the Lamb. And now life, the real self, reside in the house of God. I have been shown the structure of the house of God, and how it works. What is referred to as the Lamb in the ancient manuscripts, including biblical writings, is not what the churches claims the Lamb to be. It is written in the Gospel according to John, in chapter 1, verses 35 to 37, quote, "Again the next day after John stood, and 2 of his disciples, and looking upon Jesus as he walked, he saith, Behold the Lamb of God. And the 2 disciples heard him speak, and they followed Jesus." End quote. But John was not referring to the flesh of Jesus. All the offspring of the light, which is the life of God, are the lambs. I understand the verses here have been bastardized by the scribes, again to confuse the readers. When John said, "Behold, the Lamb of God," he was in fact referring to the first offspring of the life of God, that was sacrificed. In other words, became the life of the Son of Man, which is the core processor. The Good Shepherd is the Son of Man, and not Jesus, as claimed falsely by the churches on earth. Jesus is an avatar of the core processor. Written in the Gospel according to John, in chapter 10, verses 14 to 16, quote, I am the Good Shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold, and one shepherd. End quote. These 3 verses are correct. The human churches on earth are wrong, when they falsely claim Jesus is the Lamb. Why the confusion arises from the churches on earth is because they are taught to believe that Jesus the flesh, is the Son of God, and the Son of Man, when in fact Jesus is an avatar of the Son of Man. The Son of Man has many avatars, another one is Lithargoel. The name Lithargoel is mentioned in an ancient manuscript, titled The Acts of Peter and the 12 Apostles, quote, If you seek my name, Lithargoel is my name, the interpretation of which is, the light. End quote. Also written in this manuscript, titled The Acts of Peter and the 12 Apostles, Lithargoel reveals the name of his city, where he came from, quote, Why do you sigh, if you, indeed, know this name Jesus, and believe him? He is a great power for giving strength. For I too believe in the Father, who sent him. Peter replied, asking him, What is the name of the place to which you go, your city? He said to me, This is the name of my city, 9 gates. End quote. Note in these verses Lithargoel distinguishes between the 2 avatars, Jesus and Lithargoel. The 9 gates is the foundation of the processing system of life shown in this drawing. Now that I have revealed the city of 9 gates, which is also referred to as the New Jerusalem that came down from heaven, recorded in the revelation of John the Divine. In the following videos of this series, I shall reveal its components and its workings, then reveal the opening of the books.